What is up, YouTube? This is your boy, the original Renaissance man, Devon DaVinci. And Tom Segura! Tom Segura! Tom Segura! I'm just impersonating my comment section because that's all the hell you guys been saying. Tom Segura. No context, no extra message needed. You don't add anything to the comment. You just say, Tom Segura! So, okay, I'm going to be reacting to Tom Segura. God damn it. This is Tom Segura, Completely Normal, the first 48. Now, I normally watch 48. It's always interesting. It's almost like they got their own stereotypes. Like if you see somebody offering a person, if the person is currently being investigated or interrogated, and the police offer them something, if they go to commercial break and they come back and that person is eating or using whatever it is that they offered them, chances are he snitched. So it's always funny trying to see like how the person getting interrogated is going to react. So I want to go ahead and see what exactly he's going to say about it, because there was a lot of videos. Again, he was another comedian that like people have just put his entire comedy specials on YouTube. So I went ahead and looked at a specific segment. I don't want to do the entire show. But let's go ahead and see what he has to say about this, because this is something that I can relate to a lot more.
It's so weird. People ask me, like, I get asked fucking travel advice from strangers. Can we just break down how crazy that is? Like, people come up to me and they're like, hey, you travel a lot, right? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, where should I go? I don't fucking know you, man. You ask travel advice to people who know you intimately. They know you well. They can guide you based on what they know about you. I mean, you don't ask strangers dining advice, right? Because you're like, hey, well, where should I eat tonight? I know I've never met you before in my life, but do you think you could give me a recommendation? Yeah, you should try this dim sum place. But then that person might go, oh, I hate the Asian world. And you're like, oh, shit, I didn't know that about you. Like, yeah, I killed like 4 of them. Like,
God damn.
What are you, like a serial killer or something? Yeah.
I'm a serial killer.
Now you're in an awkward conversation with a serial killer. Here's all I'm saying. I can't tell you where to go. I can tell you where not to go. Wherever they film the first 48 on A&E. Oh, if you're not familiar with the show, here's what it is. Camera crews follow real homicide detectives for the first 48 hours after a murder. And the reason that that time distinction is so important is that after 48 hours, they give up on that murder. They're like, that's some old shit. What do you want to do today? You're like, how about you keep trying to solve that murder, man? That shit happened on Monday. It's Wednesday. We're not going to solve that shit.
They say the chance of catching the perp goes down at 48.
There are amazing moments on that show.
I think it's an excuse.
A lot of the episodes take a similar path. I'm blown away, first of all, at how many times there's a witness to a murder. It's crazy. I always thought murders happen in dark alleys. Nobody saw shit. No. Every other episode, they're like, you see that shit? And I was like, I saw that shit, yeah. Where? Right fucking here. Really. I was standing here, and then he killed that dude there. What'd he look like? He was like 5'2" to 6'8", something like that.
God
like,
damn.
That's the fucking description you're gonna give us? Uh-huh. Anything else about him? Yeah, he had ears too. Thanks, man. No problem. They still will sketch that shit out. I don't know. And they show it to people. Do you know this guy? And everyone's like, nah. But then one guy will be like, yeah! That's Cricket right there! You're like, oh shit. You know him? I've been knowing Cricket 27 years!
Cricket is a very unique nickname.
What's his real name? Man, that's just Cricket. I don't even know.
Leave a comment if you got
Stop
the name
being
Cricket.
white and weird. That's a perfect fucking impression, and you know exactly who that was, okay? Yeah, it's a black guy, and he's wearing a wife beater, and he's got on a dirty hat, and he's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. And he looks like he's about 33, but you find out he's 76 years old.
Lotion.
And he's super aggressively to the cops. I've been minute. And they're like, all right, Jesus Christ. When was the last time you saw him? He came through with jellyfish last week. They were looking for some smoke. And they're like, all right, Jesus Christ.
All his black dick names are animals.
They always cut to the whitest detective from that guy, too. They cut from that guy to the guy who's like, I don't think he's going to help us out. We're going to have to find Cricket on our own. That show has the best moment in television. It's the most dramatic thing you could ever see. Because it's real life, and that is the interrogation. The interrogation is amazing. Because here's the thing about drama. If you want to have a great dramatic moment, raise the stakes. Guess what? There's no higher stakes than somebody being questioned about taking somebody else's life. It's inherently compelling television. It is also super serious. But the detectives insist on using the suspect's street name, so the whole thing turns into a fucking cartoon. Like, they're literally like, your life is on the line. We need to talk to you. Why don't you have a seat? Little stank, why don't you sit down for a second? Did you or did you not know Dookie Shoes? I don't know no Dookie Shoes.
The fuck out here with that nickname. That's funny.
You hanging out with Dookie Shoes? I mean, I seen them. I don't know. And then they'll throw one bit of evidence against the wall, hoping it'll solve the case. They'll be like, well, we were talking to Naamin, and he said that you were at the 7-Eleven last week. And he'll be like, yeah, I shot him in the face. And you're like, God damn, really? That's all it took to break you? Dude, lie. Lie for longer. You can kill somebody, you can't lie for 10 fucking minutes about it? Like, dudes will break on anything. They'll be like, we heard you had on a blue shirt last Friday. Yeah, I stabbed those 4 people. Dude, a lot of people have blue shirts, man. You can still get out of this. Here's what I've learned watching that show, okay? Lawyer up. You can't handle that shit.
Yeah, as soon as they say
Everybody's
lawyer,
like, I'm going to talk to the cops
it's done.
and straighten this whole thing out. You're going to do 25 to life. Have fun with that, man. Nobody asked for a lawyer. I've seen 300 people get interrogated on this show. 2 of them were like, I talked to a lawyer? And both times the detectives were like, fuck!
Yeah.
And then at the end of those episodes, it said on the screen, all charges against Tayshaun were dropped.
Finally, a somewhat normal
Jim.
name.
Fucking name. Let's be honest, there's no Jims on the show. I've seen every episode, and none start with, hey, Bryce, can we talk to you for a second, man? Where were you last Friday? I was over at Tanner's house. Then Skylar had a party, so we went over there. And then we picked up Connor, and we had pancakes. Sorry, bro. The detective, bro.
Yeah, that was funny. I actually enjoyed that. I'm gonna go ahead and check out some more of his videos. Yeah, now hopefully you guys will get out of my comment section with the Tom Segura stuff, okay? I reacted to your idol comedian, and I'll probably react to more, but don't rush me. I do this on my own pace. Anyway, yeah, that was funny as hell. I really like that. I was going to go ahead and comment about the hood. I guess that's what you want to put it at. Like, that's pretty much where where he was talking about where the 48 movies usually take place, or videos or whatever. And I mean, I guess it could happen in like trailer park type areas too, like areas where usually it's always like low income areas. And a while ago I was talking about Ben Shapiro and like why I listen to Ben Shapiro, but at the same time I don't take him too serious, because a lot of times he doesn't go into context with some of the stuff that he says. Like, he'll spit out a number, but he won't look into the factors of that number. And there's a number that I'm sitting on a cushion, I'm trying to move it. There's a number that a lot of people like to throw out, and that's like, oh, well, black people commit like 45% of all crimes or something like that. It's some weird number. I never really like back checked it or did a reference check on it or something like that, so I don't know if that's factual or anything. But I do know that black communities tend to have higher crime than other communities, and that the reason for that isn't because, oh well, black people just commit more crimes. That's wrong. If you just spit that number out to try to validate that point, then you're not looking into the full argument or the full reasons behind it. Any area that has low income is going to have high crime. A lot of people are going to try to do whatever they can do to try to maintain survival and things like that. Like if you go into an area where there is like no jobs, everybody's like trying to find a way out. Eventually, you're going to get into crime because people are going to realize that certain avenues make more money, and that's what they got to do to get out or to, get their finances up. Whether that's selling drugs or whether that's like robbing people, extorting people, doing whatever. You go to any area, I don't give a damn what color skin they have. If they don't have a lot of money in that area, you're going to find a lot of crime. Whether that's like in areas in South America, whether that's areas in the Middle East, whether that's areas in Asia, whether that's areas in Africa, no matter where you go, you're going to find high crime in those type of areas. So what I'm trying to say is like, don't believe that black people are just innately violent or anything like that. They're not. They're as violent as any other human being. Like that, you can look into, what was I about to say? I forgot what I was about to say, but you get my point at this point. And it also goes the other way around too. Like a lot of people talk about white people, white people are the most crazy and violent people in the world because like who else would take over the world and enslave other beings and make them do this, and everywhere they go they always pillage and plunder and da-da-da. Well, that's because they ran the damn world. If you put any other race in that situation, I guarantee you they would have done the exact same thing. If black people were the ones that invested more in weapons and things like that, and like they were constantly at war with each other and trying to figure out a way to get above somebody else, they would have done the exact same thing. Same thing with Asia and everything. Like every period in time has a conqueror that pretty much took over the world. And at one point they were white, at one point they were Asian, at one point, like, usually black people, we tend to stay in Africa, but even then you have your conquerors and people that go out and pillage and plunder and things like that. That's just human nature. Like that's just what it is. So this idea that, oh well, one race is more violent than the other, one race commits more crimes than the other, one race is more racist or anything else, it all depends on power, where you're at in life, and what you got to do to get above somebody else. That's the bottom line. Anyway, that's been my reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. This is the original Renaissance man, Devon DaVinci. I'll see you on the next video. Deuces.